Randy Orton has officially signed with the WWE brand, so we'll see what's going on there. We'll also check out a big new update for Alexa Bliss, Nick Aldis, and more. Starting things off with the latest news for Randy Orton in his first week back with WWE in just around a year and a half. Randy Orton appeared on the December 1st edition of SmackDown, and the reason why he was there became clear extremely fast. Nick Aldis looks like he got a word that Randy Orton was a free agent and invited him to SmackDown in order to sign him to an exclusive SmackDown deal that will take Orton away from Raw completely. Adam Pearce eventually showed up and came up with his own offer to get Randy Orton back on Raw. And in the main event segment, we saw both general managers give Randy Orton their best pitches. Adam Pearce offered him the winner of Seth Rollins versus Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight title, and Nick Aldis offered him the guy that took him out in the first place, Roman Reigns. And the whole theme that was going on all night was Paul Heyman being very paranoid about Randy being at the show, saying that it should have been ran by Roman Reigns first. Paul Heyman interrupts Randy's brand decision and brings out Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa to take out Randy Orton once again. But with some help from LA Knight, who's been battling the Bloodline lately as well, Randy Orton is able to overcome the odds. Randy then makes his decision, which looked like it was an extremely easy one. He went with SmackDown mostly because of Roman Reigns. Randy even told Heyman to call Roman and let him know that Randy is back. So everyone's idea and theories were right. Randy's first feud back will be against Roman Reigns for the WWE Undisputed Universal title. With Roman's next scheduled appearance being on December 15th, there'll be one more episode of SmackDown to build up towards Roman's return. Randy Orton will most likely do something to terrorize Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso next week on SmackDown, which will lead to Paul Heyman officially revealing that Roman Reigns will be on the following show after that on December 15th. So the December 8th edition of SmackDown will feature a big moment that will most definitely force Roman Reigns into action and force him to confront Randy Orton. Do we give Randy Orton any actual shot at winning the title from Roman Reigns? No, not really, but it'll be another massive fresh feud and story for Roman Reigns, and they'll pretty much have 2 complete months to build up the matchup for Royal Rumble. So by the time Royal Rumble rolls around, they'll have a pretty hefty amount of backstory and purpose behind this matchup. Backstory leading all the way back to May 2022, where Roman did take out Randy Orton with the rest of the Bloodline. And with the rest of December and January to flesh the story out, who knows what other big moments we can see between Roman and Randy in the coming weeks and months. Another interesting fan theory floating around right now is the idea of Randy Orton facing disciplinary actions for what he did to Nick Aldis on SmackDown. After making his decision to stay with SmackDown in order to hunt down Roman Reigns and the Bloodline, Randy Orton and SmackDown general manager Nick Aldis celebrated in the ring about the big signing. But only moments later, Randy Orton would end up dropping Nick Aldis with an RKO. It was nothing personal or no reason for it, but that's just how Randy Orton is. In certain moments, he'll drop anyone with an RKO, no matter who you are. Sort of similar to how Stone Cold Steve Austin would give a stunner to anyone he was in the ring with, without a care in the world. That's what Randy Orton does with his RKO. But considering that Nick Aldis is the brand new SmackDown general manager, and is still in the process of establishing himself and how he likes to run his show, fans wonder if Nick Aldis could suspend or fine Randy Orton for that RKO that he took from him. We've already seen Nick Aldis dish out plenty of storyline fines and suspensions to superstars on SmackDown for much smaller reasons. So now that he was basically personally assaulted by one of his own superstars, could he decide to take some action against him? It is tricky though, because obviously Randy Orton instantly becomes one of the biggest stars on SmackDown. So does he really want to suspend the brand new addition that he made to his roster? Or will he give Randy Orton a little bit of a pass for the RKO? That's obviously the big question here. Considering how Paul Heyman and the Bloodline appear to be a bit fearful of Randy Orton right now, maybe Heyman is even the one to try and manipulate Nick Aldis to suspend Randy for that action, just so that the Bloodline could have more time to prepare for Randy Orton. The only comment Nick Aldis made about the RKO was a tweet after SmackDown, where he said that the move really does come out of nowhere. So of course it's very difficult to read Nick's feelings through a tweet. Is he angry with Randy? Does he find it funny? Looks like we'll get the answer to those questions in the coming weeks on SmackDown. But besides the potential storyline suspension for Randy Orton, the next big moment for the story will be on December 15th when Roman and Randy could meet face to face. It was also recently pointed out that Roman Reigns and Randy Orton haven't met one-on-one in a premium live event since SummerSlam 2014, so it's an extremely fresh matchup. Alexa Bliss and Ryan Cabrera recently shared the amazing news about the birth of their daughter that just took place a few weeks back. But Fightful recently provided a small update on Alexa Bliss's WWE status and contract. They report that prior to her pregnancy hiatus, Alexa Bliss was signed with WWE throughout the entirety of 2023. Obviously, Alexa Bliss hasn't been a part of WWE television since January 2023. And like it's been reported several times over the last year, WWE has the ability to freeze the contract of a talent that's on hiatus and unable to complete their contract obligations. Meaning that if Alexa Bliss had several months left on her contract before her hiatus started, the time has been frozen and she'll still have that same amount of time left with WWE once she returns. So at the very minimum, and judging by reports, it sounds like she at least had just around 1 year left on her deal. Obviously, she just gave birth and won't be returning anytime soon in the near future, but her return is obviously something that fans are still excited about. She hasn't been seen on WWE television in pretty much 1 full year, so there is some fan hype there. But there is some confusion for what direction Alexa's character could go in when she returns to WWE. Originally, it looked like WWE was trying to move Alexa Bliss away from her scary and supernatural persona in 2022, just trying to revert her back to being a normal character. But once Bray Wyatt returned, WWE then appeared to be pushing Alexa back into that supernatural direction of linking back up with Wyatt and Howdy. We unfortunately never got to see the payoff for that direction for a series of different reasons. So, with Alexa Bliss coming back possibly sometime in 2024, will she be back to her normal self again, or will WWE try to keep the supernatural character going for her? Ever since Bray's heartbreaking and unexpected passing, fans have been discussing the idea of having someone continue his legacy and his universe. There was some reports that WWE was considering keeping Wyatt-related things going with Uncle Howdy, but those reports have since died down. But what if the universe could keep going through Alexa Bliss? During the 2023 Royal Rumble press conference, Bray Wyatt did say that him and Alexa Bliss will forever be connected because of their time together in WWE. So it would be a nice way to possibly keep some of Wyatt's creations and legacy alive in WWE. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.